All right, what's up, Drivetrain? We are here trackside with the one, the only Barry Nobles. He's just put in a full clinic out here. He's got another clinic tomorrow. So we're limiting down to 5 questions for the interview. Thank you guys for contributing some questions. But here we go, we're gonna jump right into it. 5 questions. He has no idea what these are.
No prep.
So it's a rapid fire. Don't worry. All right, the easy ones, the softball. Everybody got asked this recently. Favorite trackside snack?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah, I like pizza. I mean, I love pizza at any time, but pizza, it's a high calorie, kind of a light meal, and so it's not really gonna harm you, you know. So for all the parents that ask, yeah, it's not gonna weigh down your gut, and yeah. Pizza.
Okay, pizza.
Yeah.
All right, favorite Gatorade color?
Clear, like that clear white one. I'm not a big Gatorade guy, so yeah, the clear the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's the softball stuff. All right, let's see here. All right, you took the channel for a 100-mile road ride a few years back.
Yep.
My wife's a triathlete. She was intrigued by that. The question, over those 100 miles that you were riding, what did you learn about yourself that has allowed you, if anything, to push now into the level that you're at with the BMX winnings?
Probably to not do it again. No. That started with just a personal challenge. I always wanted to do it. I literally had my dad's steel road bike from the 80s I was gonna do it on. A buddy ended up loaning me his wife's like carbon bike. I mean, me being short, it's like, oh, my wife's bike will fit you perfect. And honestly, I paced myself way too much. I didn't know what kind of pace I needed to be on, you know, and I thought if I kept between like 15 to 20 miles an hour, it'd be good. And I wasn't able to keep that pace. I started early thinking I could slowly ramp up as my body warmed up, and dude, that was the last time I was on a road bike. It's not the type of training I do. It's a completely different engine. So as far as learning, I wouldn't say I really learned much from it. Just besides, I could have paced myself I could have amped it up a little more and been a little more in the hole by the end of it. But I got to the town that I was going to, and I had like 12 miles left, and I was still feeling pretty good. I mean, I'm a fit person, right? I don't have the engine for the longevity of the ride like that, but I'm still fit at the end of the day, and I definitely didn't push it as hard as I should have, and reach I forgot what my hour rate was, or
I don't remember. I just remember never seeing any BMX rider try to do a century.
Yeah, with so 4 days of prep, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Send it, right?
So yeah, I just went for it. It was just a fun personal challenge. I knew I could do it, and so I rode from my current town down to my parents' hometown, which I made a little country loop that was like it was like 101 miles or something.
That's awesome.
So it was cool. It was a fun challenge.
Cool. I remember just watching it going, baby, you gotta check this out.
Yeah. It was more for the mental game, you know, just mentally you're in the saddle for so long. I've never ridden a bike for that many hours at once, obviously. So mentally it was the biggest thing. And I like a good mental challenge. I'm always working on my mental game more than anything, you know. I know being older, I'm not gonna make huge progressions in the gym or on track training. So if I can mentally be a little stronger and the extra 1% that I talk about in my clinics, you know, it's like that was my edge nowadays, is being mentally strong.
Now that Willow is off the Strider, are you concerned about yelling pedal during the rhythm section and being tagged as a factory dad on the sidelines?
That's not a problem I'm gonna have. I've been around this sport long enough. I'm new to the factory dad status, but I'm gonna be wearing it proudly, you know, and I plan to, hopefully she sticks to BMX, hopefully she likes it, you know. Right now it's like, depends on what day of the week it is if she likes it. But the days she does really want to ride, I take full advantage of it and really try to kind of stay in that moment with her. And I don't try to push her too much. I want her to enjoy it. I've been around the sport for almost 30 years now. I've seen those factory dads yelling at the kids, and I see the kids get broke down or burn out of the sport. So I'll never allow myself to be that way, but I'm always going to be there to encourage her. And hopefully if she goes to it, hopefully she allows me to be her coach, and that'll be a dream come true, you know, passing the reins down to her. I want the focus to be on her. She's not my retirement plan, but that's what I want to eventually I can't get on the gate at the level I'm doing it at, you know, and I want to be on the gate behind her. So that's awesome. That's my long-term goal.
That's cool. I was gonna get you to yell pedal really loud. And then put it
No, not happening. Not getting it from me. Kelsey, you'll get it from her. She's a yelling pedal already. So
that's fine. That's fine. All right. Now, part of the drivetrain is also automotive based. I'm currently building a 1954 Chevy pickup, but you've got a classic Chevy as well, right?
I got a 51 GMC. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me just a little blurb. What's in this thing? What do you got in it?
Nothing special. Honestly, I bought it as it is. It's more been a cosmetic cleanup job. I wanted a hot rod that drove. I don't have the time to build. I'm a two-wheel guy. You know, I've never really been a car guy. I don't know much about cars. As easy as those trucks are to work on.
Yeah.
I just got that truck for a steal of a deal out of south of Atlanta. It's on an S10, like a late 80s S10 chassis. Disc brakes all around, Chevy 350 small block engine in it, and it's got the 350 turbo in it as well. So I mean, it's all pretty straightforward. You can get any part for it. You know, it's got a constant oil leak that I just top off once a month. I had a trans leak at the beginning. I fixed the transmission. So now I just got the engine oil leak. I just top it off once a month.
So you know you got it all in there, right?
Yeah,
it's dripping out, it's in there.
Yeah. So I drive it. It's my everyday driver now. I drive the thing every day.
That's awesome. Well, that's encouraging. That's my goal. So I'm doing an S10 chassis swap.
Okay.
I did full bag with a 5-link rear end, so it lays the chassis on the ground.
Yeah.
And then it'll have a 5.3 with a 4L60 in it, which is out of like a Chevy Tahoe.
Yeah, okay.
Just because I had one. I had a wreck Chevy.
Yeah, you had it.
So I was
that's
like,
sick.
yank the engine.
I would have loved to be able to do it from the ground up.
But behind a roller and a driver is awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't beat that, right?
Yeah.
It's just, I drove it home from Atlanta and I've been working on it all the time since, just cleaning it up. I mean, the guy before me cut some corners and it was pretty ghetto, but yeah.
But it looks cool. It turns heads.
Yeah, it turns heads. That's what I wanted. I wanted a cool truck that I could drive, and a truck, you know. I've been driving vans for the last 10 years of my life. I just wanted a cool truck I can throw a motorcycle in the back of, you know. So
that's awesome.
That's cool.
All right, that's question 4. Last one. Question 5. All right. This was crowd sponsor here. You did a video gauging your speed against Joris. Did that seem a little audacious to make that video at first?
Honestly, I actually did the video once before that I didn't use it because of the rider I compared myself to. I wasn't as close to. Very rarely, I race the vet pro class, but I still want to be the best I can possibly be. I want to keep pushing myself. I don't care if I'm winning races or winning championships. I want to, but I just want to see how fast I can go. You know, the most fun times I have at practice or at races is getting up there in the practice. I just want to race the elites. I'm ticking I'm kind of checking boxes that I miss in my elite days. You know, it's kind of like, let's just see what I can still do. I still feel good as long as I'm healthy. Let's see how fast I can go, you know? And so much about what I learn now I can pass on to these kids in these clinics, which I consistently do. So as long as I'm comparing myself to the other elites, everybody says, oh, this Barry Noble's the vet pro. You know, whatever you put the label, I'm still a pro. So you can I don't need to be called an elite, but I'm still a pro rider, you know? And I still compare myself to the best guys in the world. I'm not getting on the gate with them, but I still want to see where I am, you know? So the SoCal National, it was one of the first races in a while that we're all racing the same hill.
The hill,
I can't compare myself to any of the pros if they're on the Supercross hill, right? So every race, I have all the data, really. Every race, I'm always comparing, okay, where am I compared to these guys?
That's awesome.
And the SoCal National, the full overlay, both days, I would have been, I was within a wheel of first place in the elite of the overlay. But the rider who won it, him and I, like, we're not tight, we're not buddy, we're cool, but I didn't want this kind of conversation. Like, I'm not comparing myself to anyone for like this thing, this title or whatever the case. I just want to compare myself, see where I'm at. You know, I'm 37 years old. Let's see how I can push against these guys. And then Grands, Joris winning, Joris and I are great friends. Sure. And so it's not something that he thinks I'm and I know I'm not beating him, you know, I just want to see how close I am. And that video went absolutely perfect. You know, Grands the SoCal race, it wasn't a race that anyone could stretch out. It's a really small track. You can only physically go so fast. So that's why the results were how they were. But obviously I didn't use it. So Grands, nice open track, you opened up and you could see where these elites really pull away and how much they attack each jump more than what we're doing now. And it reminded me on how I am as a rider. I know any elite days, my weakness was always my first straightaway. So my first straightaway is all I focus on now because I know I have the track speed. So in that video, it was a great observation for myself that I'm just as if not, I mean, I'm just as fast, just a little off maybe to the first turn, but after the first turn is where it really shows the difference from the elites and the bad. Their aggression, their how hard they attack every single jump, and getting that extra 1% that I always talk about, like in my clinic today, and where those 1% add up, and how hard they attack every backside, how much lower they get every pro set, and it really kind of showed the difference. You know? So,
but outside of the audacious side, how did it feel to be that close?
Sorry, I guess I went on a rant on where you were.
But I mean, but it's like it's a two-part question.
Yeah,
so the audacious side, because somebody like the viewers coming in like me, I'm like, am I going to run the Pro-Am on Sunday? No, because for me, I'm just contributing money to somebody else. But watching, you know, some of our 1720X guys that are just fast. I mean, one of them run the podium last year out here.
Oh, cool.
And so he'll be out here again. But looking at that and saying, audacious, yes, but man, how does it feel to be that close in the numbers too? I mean, that's amazing.
I mean, I wanted to be closer. You know, it's I mean, it just comes with the nature of riding at that elite level. You know, it's like we look for every little gain, and that video showed me where I was lacking, and it made me turn it up for this season on where I need to turn things up. I get on the gate to be the fastest I can be, right? And I want my times to be an elite time. I want to be against those times. If I continue to do that, it's going to make my vet races not easy, but easier, because I'm always trying to strive for that next step up, you know? Awesome. So, I mean, it was cool to see, but it was honestly what I expected out of myself. It was more of a bummer, like, man, they are really pulling away from me in the track. I really need to up my track speed after the first turn.
That's awesome. So, I love that you're still driving, you're still pushing.
And it keeps me young, you know? It's like, as soon as you lose that drive, why even get on the gate? You know, and I wasn't that. I'm a completely different athlete than I was in my elite days. It's just, I was living for the experiences in my elite days. Crazy life. Got away from the life I used to live, and now I look at BMX in a whole different light now. So the more I learn now, more I can share. And I don't plan to leave this sport. We got degrees in this sport, right? So it's like, I don't plan to be 40 and get off the gate and get a normal job. I want to find a way to stay in the sport and stay relevant in a way that I can, like, continue to help people and help other riders to push that, and not just be this basic coach. Like, that's really like where are other coaches missing where I can fill those voids? That's
awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks for the time. I appreciate the 5 questions. Thanks for chatting with everybody out here, sharing the knowledge, and we'll see you on the gate the rest of the weekend.
Do it all again tomorrow.
Awesome.
Later, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you guys. Peace.